This podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Anything discussed during this podcast does not and is not intended to constitute legal advice. Instead, all content is for general entertainment purposes only. Listeners should contact their attorney to obtain advice with respect to any particular legal matter. Listening to, contacting us, or any of the links or resources contained within this podcast and or website does not create an attorney-client relationship. The views expressed during this podcast are those of the individual lawyers in their individual personal capacities only.
All the legal ladies, all the legal ladies, all the legal ladies, all the legal ladies.
Welcome to All the Legal Ladies. Unwind with us as we navigate the fascinating world of legal tales, precedents, and the occasional objection-worthy jokes. So good afternoon. How are you guys doing? I don't know why I'm singing that, but apparently.
We got the objection-worthy jokes out of the way before we started recording.
We did. So do you guys get much TV time in these days, or?
Not recently, because we were out of town up in the mountains last weekend. So my kids came home begging for TV. We watched the opening ceremony of the Olympics, and that was something.
I've tried to watch the opening ceremony. We were also out of town on an island in the Pacific. Hawaii, Oahu. But so I didn't get much time watching TV. And I tried to watch the Olympics, the opening ceremony of the Olympic Games, and I was like, I can't get through it. I was like,
It is, I don't know what to call it.
I've heard the controversy.
It's not attack on Christianity.
It's not.
I don't know. Like, it's strange.
It's strange.
Absurd. Like, controversial, offensive. I don't know. It's just real weird.
They were taking a lot from Greek mythology, and so, people were confused.
Was the acrobatic subplot with the closed apartment door, was that from Greek mythology?
I know, that's one. I hadn't gotten to that part, but
just the mimes jumping rope.
Keenan and Kevin Hart highlighted that part, and they had their commentary.
I'm sure they did.
I was like, oh, wow. Yeah, that was interesting. What was that for?
What was any of it for? I could not possibly tell you. Like, there's just a piano on fire. Like,
okay.
The Marie Antoinette head singing that kind of freaked the kids out.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I guess France was showing their artistic side.
I saw someone that I know who said it was the most French thing they had ever seen, and that was not a compliment, but not a compliment.
Just a statement of truth.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. The swimming in the river gives me a lot of pause, but I guess you hold your breath and do it for a hot second to win that medal. I don't know.
Dirty.
They said that on the day of the opening ceremonies, the E. coli levels were so high that they wouldn't be permitted to
Oh my goodness.
swim. So that's cool.
Yeah. I have gotten back into watching some MSNBC. You are not shocked that we are that way. Because I have not been able to watch anything because of, the election coming up and things, and burying my head in the sand like most people, I think, were. And then, we have a new Democratic contender running for president that has ignited a lot of things, and I've been super excited to watch that.
Yes. I haven't watched the news. I don't like watching news because it's a Debbie Downer. But I do watch highlights of the news, and sometimes I do watch World News Tonight, but ABC World News Tonight. But just getting the highlights and snippets from people's reactions of Kamala, Vice President Kamala Harris running for president now. I was like, oh, look at there. The misogyny is erupting. The racism is erupting. Oh, where have you been the last 4 years? Oh, yeah, you've still been there, but it's been undercurrent. Yes, because we had...
Now we see who you are.
Right.
The number of people in my life who sent me pictures of like childless cat ladies for
I was like, I never heard of J.D. Vance before.
No. What I love is apparently the couch thing is not real. Like, somebody just said it on Twitter and the internet was like, that's a thing that exists in that book I haven't read. And now it doesn't matter that it didn't happen because it's just canon.
I did not go down the internet rabbit hole on that. So what was this couch allegation?
I don't think I can say that on a broadcast.
Okay,
But
I can show you a few TikTok videos about it that are quite
So he
excellent.
didn't comment about Kamala not having children. I thought he did.
Oh no, that's
No,
100%.
no.
Oh, but the cat
The couch thing. Is
Oh, the
apparently-
couch.
Somebody
Oh, the
said that
couch.
is in his book, and it's not,
It's
I guess. I mean, I'm never
right.
going to read J.D. Vance's book, so
I'm
I don't
not
know.
either, but
No, the cat lady is 100%.
Yeah.
But it's amazing how people use code words, but
Oh.
we know what they mean. Like
DEI hire.
hello, aren't you all DEI hires? At some point in life, women were DEI hires. Let's talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion. You wouldn't be a news anchor if you weren't blonde and white. Come on now.
Legacy admissions.
Legacy admissions.
100%
Yeah.
DEI.
Harvard, Yale. Oh, my grandfather contributed, went here. So, hey, I get in. Come on now. Diversity, equity, and inclusion affects everybody. You just wanted, it's a code word for she's black. She's.
Is that what it's a code word for?
Well, I can't say the other. I was about to say, and the
We know what they
word.
mean. Like,
Come on now.
Again,
You know who we are. It burns me up because people want to use those words like it's a bad thing when you benefit from diversity. You benefit from equity. You get subsidies from the government, these small businesses, farms, everything. So please stop it with the little semantic silliness and say what you really mean. And these gullible people out here, oh, it burns me up. That's why I don't watch the news.
I was like, what is even our topic today? I was like, oh, this is on topic.
The gullible people out here jumping on the bandwagon and then talk about she's not qualified.
Oh my God.
Oh, she slept her way into the office. You cannot sleep your way into
the presidency.
People can say what they want about Joe Biden, but I don't think that's it.
like, oh, she was elected because she was elected because people elected her. She didn't sleep with everybody who voted for her, and she didn't keep her job.
Be very tired of it.
Exactly. She didn't keep her job.
Not like the Olympic Village and their 300,000 condoms.
Hello. And then you have a president, and he was president, saying he can grab somebody's crotch. Come on now. The double standard is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Politics in general is ridiculous. Take it from someone who knows.
Yes.
It's ridiculous. The lies they tell. Shame on you. Shame on you. From both sides.
Well, people didn't call you a DEI hire. They just kept critical race theory, critical race theory.
Oh, it's such a bad thing. You're woke. Hello, would you want to be asleep? Stay asleep then. Let life pass you by. Yes, I'm awake. I know what's going on. If you want to stay asleep, let life pass you by.
I think this is about 5 TikToks.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's just so infuriating.
It is.
Yeah.
And that's why I am not running for office.
It's like we just about got an announcement here. What?
I am not
to me.
going to be running for Board of Education ever again, even though it was supposed to be a nonpartisan position.
Yeah.
And politics just comes into everything.
Yeah.
They don't care about your qualifications, or they dismiss your qualifications. Oh, she's black. She's going to be a DEI hire. Baby, I have 20 years of experience, or however many Kamala has of experience being an attorney, prosecutor. What? She has more experience than some presidents ever had.
Yeah.
The knowledge of some presidents eever had. I cannot wait to see a debate between her.
Not gonna happen. He is too much of a like he likes to grab to do it.
Yeah. And the only attacks he has had so far is spelling, oh, she's lying, LYIN apostrophe.
That's hilarious.
Oh, what? It's that one.
Lying.
That's what I get for being off social media for all
Lying
weekend.
from out. Come on now. use your intellect.
Well, and
The
find
little
something
you
that
have.
rhymes.
And-
like, if you're going to do something, it's got to be catchy.
Right. President Trump comes up with some catchphrases. You know, his catchphrase when I used to watch him, you're fired. You're fired. But use your catchphrases. Be creative.
I saw a meme and it was like Kamala riding a shark with like a bunch of batteries. Like they're just taking stuff from his speeches. And
Oh my
I will
goodness.
say the content from this switching candidate has been
I know.
enjoyable.
And it has united people who I thought who would have just been apathetic. You know, like I don't like either candidate. I don't think either candidate would do the job. But now it has ignited a base, and it's good to see that energy, excitement, because your vote matters. You just need to vote.
I think my favorite meme I've seen, and I don't know the context, I haven't watched it. I think it's Sunny in Philadelphia or whatever that show is.
Yeah.
But it was like two people staring at each other from across the room. And it's when it's the ACAB crowd backing a prosecutor and the blue crowd backing a felon. Like,
How does this work? Yeah. It works because we staff our police with people who don't necessarily need very large degrees or training of a nature that would be more of a protective force versus let's shoot a black woman in the face when we're there to
Oh my gosh.
prowler.
That is another reason why I don't watch the news. That happened when I was on vacation. And I was like, what happened? All of a sudden I saw Sonia Massey,
yeah.
And I was like, what happened? And then I saw it and I was like, he actually told her what he was going to do.
And then he did it.
And then he did it. I was like, really? Really? Really?
And
And to find out his history, like,
And this is why there needs to be substantial changes to the police force. I'm not talking about defunding because that's, Republican buzzwords, but we shouldn't be having people who have questionable backgrounds carrying guns when they're supposed to be protecting people.
right.
And all they do is murder people.
You don't tolerate it in, different employment positions. You don't want to tolerate a mediocre doctor. You don't want to tolerate a mediocre attorney. We shouldn't tolerate a mediocre police officer or an officer who has had this trouble in history. If a doctor has killed hundreds of patients, or not even killed hundreds of patients, but injured, maimed, what have you, dozens of patients, you would not a hospital will be negligent in hiring that doctor.
They wouldn't be a doctor anymore.
Right.
They would
And
lose
they
their
wouldn't have
license.
immunity.
They wouldn't have immunity.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
So my best friend used to ride a motorcycle, and every time I would see someone on a motorcycle acting stupid, it would make me so actively angry because I'm like, you are making it unsafe for my friend out there, because then people, don't care as much about motorcycles on the road. And it's sort of the same thing. Like, we know police officers who we've worked with here who are wonderful and amazing at their jobs.
Yes.
And
Love very dearly, and we worry about them and want them to be safe.
Yes. And, for every one of them, you've got someone else who acts like that behind a badge and then makes them less safe, devalues their job. It's just frustrating.
Yeah.
So to segue in, what would we do if we were in charge?
If we were president of the United States,
Next on the docket.
I would go with restructuring police. I really do think there needs to be more than a 12-week or 8-week police academy. And I think it needs to be more about conflict resolution. I mean, the standard, what are the rights, probable cause? I think they need to go more into mental health, especially on the other side, because you see a lot of people who are harmed by police officers who are autistic or deaf, along with the fact that people of color are targeted wrongfully. I can't even explain. Like there's just no justification of the most recent murder because she did nothing. She did absolutely nothing. And Sonia, I believe was her name, right? I want to make sure to say her name. And there are, other more questionable times that people may or may not have just been negligent versus just a murderer. But I really do think to have a better safety in our communities, to have a better partnership, that there needs to be changes from top down.
It's like laws I would implement. I don't recall which football player it was. I don't know. They were talking about it when we were on vacation. Some new contract, some new football player got. I'm like, in a country where there's such a thing as student lunch debt, these athletes get paid hundreds of millions of dollars. So I don't know. School lunches need to be free. School breakfasts need to be free. Kids who are forced to go to school should be fed. I'm not saying I would put a cap on athlete pay, but for fuck's sake. It made me so angry. It made me so angry.
Right. Yeah.
No student lunch debt.
And I agree with both of you. I would like to see an office, politics become more congenial. I don't know what the word is, but respectful. We are so polarized right now. No one seems to want to listen to our people want common sense, but no one right now, the dominant voices are just ignorance, idiots talking and blabbing, arguing over one another. What happened to working together? Because we all should want what is best for this country. So I would pull in people of different backgrounds, of differing opinions to get, to reach a common goal. Because if you are always associated with the same people, the same crowd, you're just going to hear the same thing over and over again. Yeah. And you're not going to have a different viewpoint, different opinions, and you're going to just focus on what your crowd is focused on, what your base is focused on, where you're supposed to be, as president of the United States, looking at the whole country, taking care of the whole country, and realizing and understanding that we all make up this country. So there are different needs, be it in the Black community, the Hispanic community, the Latin community, Asian community, white community, from farmers to government contractors. We all need to be heard and represented, from liberals to conservatives to moderates. Where are really the moderates? Charles said last night that we were talking about politics, and he said, the left is crazy, the right is crazy. I was like, what do you think I am? He's like, you're not crazy, you're a moderate. I was like, thank you, son. You realize, because I want to get ideas from both sides, because you have a good idea. The left has a good idea. The right has a good idea. Sometimes. And
stuttered a little bit on that one.
I know. Because I'm thinking like these very conservative, very right wing is what you're hearing now, instead of the more moderates,
or even the old school libertarians.
Right.
Like the Republicans used to be more small government, hands off, and yet now we're up a woman's vagina.
I never thought
small
I would
government except when it comes to a woman's rights.
I never thought that I would miss Mitt Romney and his binders of women. So quaint. Such a simpler time.
George Bush.
If you told 19-year-old me
George Bush would be,
I don't know,
celebrated Republican by those of us who are very liberal. Yeah.
It's like, come on now. We have swung. It's just, and then what burns me up as a Christian, what burns me up is now you're tying religion to politics, or religion to country. No. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
It's what this country was founded to get away from, wasn't it?
It's like, yes, you have your religious beliefs. You have to act on these religious beliefs. But this country is not your God. This president is not your God. Being a Republican is not a religion. Being a Democrat is not a religion. Get back to your foundation. Read your Bible. Study the word. And stop it using religion and politics. Don't group it together. Yes, you might be against abortion, and that might be a religious view. But really look at politics. Some people are singular voters, and that's
Is what it is.
it is what it is. But you can't say because I am a Christian, I'm going to vote this straight Republican. No, because the Republican Party nor the Democratic Party will not save you.
Because the Republican Party wants to tell you to not feed the children because starving children should go out and get a job.
Well, not to quote Steny Hoyer here, but I'm just glad to be at this Marsha Williams rally.
Yes, we are.
I am very opinionated, and so we were tasked with.
Well, really quick, since I want to throw out there that besides the police reform, that I would also like to do affordable housing because I think that's really important.
We talked about that.
I think doing, I really like the ideas of some of the other countries where you do 2 years of either military or like Teach for America type services, and then you get free college out of that. I think that's a really good way of, yay, country. Yeah. Okay. Done. Now.
Yeah.
Now to be funny because we haven't been funny. That's
Right.
For sure on this one.
Yeah, volunteer. Yeah. And you don't have to go into the military. Not everybody was cut out to be the military, but volunteerism is great. And volunteer in places where you normally don't go. And affordable housing is a big issue. Here, affordable housing is a very big issue, along with the lack of transportation.
Oh my goodness. Yes, we definitely need public transportation.
So all of those would be important issues.
It's all of the ways to make our children's lives better. Like, isn't that what it used to be? The point was to make the next generation's lives better and easier. And we have seemed to regress from that right now.
Yeah, I don't want to go back to the way America was because, and that's what I hate about that slogan, make America great again.
You don't think America was great during segregation?
Oh,
That's what a strange, what a strange take, Marsha.
yes, ma'am.
So say, do we go back farther? How about slavery?
Exactly. I was like, you don't have to go back very far because my parents were of the time where my mom, who grew up in Florida, had to sit in segregated movie theaters.
Yeah.
And I was like, who was that great for?
My dad remembers segregated pools.
Her granddad was chased by the Ku Klux Klan because they didn't want him to sell the watermelon that he grew, the crop that he grew. So who was that great for? That's why I hate that slogan. A better slogan would be, let's make America better for our children. Let's make America better. There's always room for improvement. Let's not go backwards. Let's move forward. Let's grow together.
Well, since we will never be president,
Never.
we should make our cabinet out of fictional characters.
What's your fictional character?
First of all, let's start with VP. Who did you pick, Marsha?
My VP. Okay. Professor Charles Xavier.
Yep. Funny enough, Patrick Stewart's going to end up here multiple times, I think. I went with Hermione Granger.
Leslie Knope.
Oh, yeah.
Parks and Rec.
Okay. I was like, who is that?
She's going to get stuff done.
That's right. Yep. Hermione Granger and yep. Charles Xavier. Yeah.
All right.
They have the ability to schedule and handle things.
You will notice a theme in mine.
Okay. Chief of Staff. We'll go the other way.
Nick Fury.
That is a good one.
That is a good one. Oh my god.
I did.
I was sitting here putting a lot of thought into this. Struggling.
So I picked Emily Charlton. That's Emily Blunt's character from Devil and Prada. Devil Wears Prada. Yeah, there we go. Because she just handled the shit, right? Like I figured she handled people well, and
Olivia Pope.
Oh yeah,
Okay. All right.
yeah.
So, Secretary of State, Kat.
Jean-Luc Picard.
Okay.
Like I said, Patrick Stewart.
Again, going with a theme. T'Challa.
Oh yeah,
AKA Black Panther.
I love it.
Olivia Pope was my secretary.
And it was a toss up.
Yeah.
Secretary of Defense.
Sticking with my theme, Captain America.
That's funny. So I ended up going with Michonne, although I almost went with her character from Black Panther. Michonne from Walking Dead.
Oh.
She's a badass. But her Black Panther character is the head of the guard for T'Challa. So
Yes.
yeah, so I was like,
Yes.
I don't know. Part of me kind of wants the slashing badass through Walking
Yes.
Dead. Part of me wants, so that's what I went with.
Yes.
Mine's a little bit more niche. Elliot from Leverage. So if you ever watch Leverage, he always knows the walk of different security forces and where they were chained. Never needs a gun. Takes care of it. Everything is a very distinctive sound.
like that. Attorney General. So who'd you pull from the Marvel universe? I'm sorry.
Okay. I had a really hard time with this one because I really don't watch fictional lawyers. So I went with Elle Woods.
I like it. Jack McCoy.
Okay.
Oh, Attorney General, I went with not from the Marvel Universe.
Okay.
Uncle Phil.
He was a judge, right?
Yeah. Yes. And he had to handle all his children, and he was the voice of reason.
He was.
And gave advice.
Yep. I love it.
Right. So, Secretary of the Treasury.
So this is very niche for people who don't know, but I went with Vixalia, which is a elf from Critical Role, one of the D&D shows by Matt Mercer, and so it's Laura Bailey who voices her, but she is a whiz at negotiating and talking people down from money, and so.
I went with Scrooge McDuck.
I really thought about that because I was like, who has money in fiction?
And the backstory of Scrooge McDuck, he was very poor. His family was very poor, and he amassed his wealth, and he traveled to different countries to learn about their different philosophies and things like that. And so, Scrooge McDuck. He started his own company.
Yeah.
So with Molly Weasley from Harry Potter.
Okay. I
They didn't have a lot of money, but boy, she could figure it out. So someone who's going to be frugal and thrifty.
I like it. I like
Yes.
it. Yep. Also mom vibe.
Yeah.
With that. Yeah.
Yes.
So,
All right.
why should someone vote for you?
I think I gave my speech in the
You did. We all. Every event I've ever been at, I've been very clear why I should vote for Marsha, and I have.
I was going to say, vote for Marsha. All right. Well, let's go ahead.
They would be in my cabinet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's move on to recess.
One of these days, it won't take you by surprise. Recess. What happens now? Right. Oh, that wasn't a very good spin, but here we are. 2 lies and a lawsuit.
Ooh.
This is a harder one.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Number 1, a man sues Michael Jordan for looking too much like him.
Which Michael Jordan?
Oh, Michael B. Jordan or Michael Jordan?
It just says Michael Jordan, so I'm going to assume basketball
player.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A man sues Dove for having the women's body wash smell better than the men's body wash. That seems like kind of a fair complaint. Men can only smell like eagles and gunmetal and freedom. A driving instructor sues a teen alleging reckless endangerment with a motor vehicle during a driving test. Oh, that's my favorite, though.
That feels like pure caucasity there.
You think it's a natural hazard of the job?
Like that just seems like you should know that. And I'm going to go with that one. The driver's ed guy.
As the lie?
No, it's
two lies.
Two lies and it's
Yeah,
and
so that
two
is
lies
the
and
real
a
lawsuit.
lawsuit. Oh, so the real loss. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And of course, I feel like it's totally a dude. Like if it can't be a woman.
Yeah.
Just putting it all out there in this episode.
Well, if we wanted to continue to have a podcast, we'll see what happens.
Oh no, we'll lose our sponsors.
Hey,
We
depends.
are available. Yes, if you would like to sponsor us. Hi, Wolfpack. I had to give a shout out to the Wolfpack, my son's group who watches. They do commentary. So thank you for your feedback.
I'm gonna go with Dove because I think that's a legitimate complaint.
I cannot see someone who looks like Michael Jordan suing Michael Jordan.
And yet the lawsuits that have come
I
through in the
know.
various episodes.
But I will go with that one.
Okay. Just to have each one be one.
Mm-hmm.
A man sues Michael Jordan.
Wow.
More commentary on there? You gotta tell us more about this.
Let's see.
That is outrageous.
Alan Ray Heckard from Portland sued the basketball legend and Nike for promoting Jordan for more than $800 million. He claims he has been confused for Jordan every day in the last 15 years and that has caused him permanent injury and emotional pain and suffering. Heckard later dropped the charges without giving a reason.
Why don't you just play along?
Right? That's what I would do.
It's like emotional pain and injury. I think you could.
Okay, so I don't see it, but sure.
Oh, do you have a picture of it?
I do have a picture
Yeah.
of it. You're gonna have to put it here on our podcast.
That feels like some wishful thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe
I feel
younger
it's
Jordan.
it's like people always say I look like Michael Jordan. You're like, do people say that though? Has anybody ever said that? You said it. I don't know.
No.
No, I don't see
Yeah.
it. I mean, you have a bald head, dude. Like,
I know. Yeah. I know that we all look alike sometimes, but no.
Oh,
I think that
you
was
think
another
white
commentary.
people told me look like Michael Jordan. That does make a lot more sense, and I can see there that would cause. Okay, maybe he has a more legitimate claim. I don't think his beef is with Michael Jordan though.
Oh my. Well,
No, I brought that up. Let me give you the backstory. I brought that up because, and I don't, hopefully the person doesn't watch this podcast, but I brought
Hopefully, it's not our one listener.
right. I brought that up because
At least
I
five.
was like, I didn't recognize you. You look so different. I just changed my hair. My face did not change.
I thought you were going to go with I saw you on the billboard. It's like, no.
Oh yeah, I've had that. I saw you on the billboard, sir. No, you did not.
Because now
see me on the
maybe,
billboard.
but that's the hair again, not the.
No, you did
not look
not. And we won't put up her picture, but no, just because I'm black and an attorney doesn't mean all black women attorneys look alike in Southern Maryland. Hello. Same gentleman who stopped me from coming into my own office. What are you doing here? Hello, there are 5 other people who passed, who's been moving in and out all day, but yet you stopped me. I look suspicious to you. End of rant.
Moving on to another trauma.
One day we're going to have to set up a camera back here so you can just see the faces of our.
Childhood trauma. Charlie 21 Lola. Oh, that's an interesting name. Well, I have several stories, both about her abilities and practice in law, but also about her general behavior. So I have contacts, and I thought that general word said something else. And I was like, oh, that would be a childhood trauma. I have several stories, both about her abilities and practice in law, but also about her general behavior, about a solo practitioner I worked for in the past, as do other members of the bar who know her. But the worst was when we were meeting in her office and she picked her nose and ate it. Oh. She tried to be secretive about it. She used her thumb to do that move where you sort of look like you're maybe doing a quick nostril check or itch.
I don't even know what that is.
But then that thumbnail went right into her mouth like she was just biting her nail. I'm pretty sure I turned green and made a horror-stricken face.
Exhibit A.
And B. What is that move?
I mean, okay, are we practicing it?
I'm just trying. I don't even. That seems unnatural to.
I mean, with my kids, it's
Yeah,
Right.
Kids are not subtle about it.
Kids are not, but that is gross.
That's like the only thumb move, and I'm not going to try to imitate it, is Gus from Psych. He's always doing the thumbing the nose thing, where he looks cool though. He doesn't look like he's thumbing his nose.
I bite my thumb at thee, sir, but that's, Shakespeare. But I want to curse somebody out.
Okay.
That's
real gross.
a real
That's gross. And that's trauma. Yeah.
Well, on that note,
I was going to say, I am having trouble here figuring out how to move past that. So we're just going to call it a day. Thank you for tuning into this episode of All the Legal Ladies. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok. If you're watching us on YouTube, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and listen to the audio on your favorite digital streaming platform. Please, for the love of all, don't pick your nose and eat it. We will see you next week. Ciao.